What's going on, everybody? Got a couple of interesting stories I kind of want to round up for my last video for the day. And I wanted to start here because I haven't done any Star Wars videos in a while, but I liked this one enough that I wanted to talk about it. And apparently there's a rumor that Donald Glover is coming back to Star Wars as Lando. I actually liked him as Lando. I thought he looked good as Lando. I just didn't like the stupid stuff with the robot. Now, my prediction with this is if they do a show, you won't see any robot nonsense. I think he'll just be chasing the ladies and getting into crazy stuff and doing gambling. And I think it'll be a fun show. I do. And I got to tell you, so far, the Star Wars television stuff has all been good except for that Star Wars Resistance show, which is absolutely a horrendous pile of trash. That show sucked. But everything else is pretty good. They also have a Bad Batch show coming. That could be pretty good as well. We'll see what happens, but for this, I like it. Is it true? Is it false? I don't know. But I like the idea. There's a bunch of rumors going around. I was watching a Doomcock video yesterday saying that George Lucas might be coming back. I'm not sure how I feel about that one. I feel like he's happily retired. But, maybe. He's been right about a lot of stuff. That would be pretty cool if he came back. Maybe that erasing the sequel trilogy thing could be true, and maybe George Lucas can make the one he always intended to make. That'd be nice as well. But as far as this, I like this. I hope it's true. I like good Star Wars, like The Mandalorian. If we can get more stuff like that, I think that would be awesome. But then, of course, we're also getting that, what was that female-centric show. So I don't know. But as for this, I think this is cool. I'm all about it. Next batch of news that I want to go over was this. So Ezra Miller possibly in some trouble. This apparently comes from Grace Randolph and then got reported and elaborated on from Cosmic Book News. But apparently Ezra Miller might have some more controversy coming his way. I'm not sure what that is. If you remember, what was it, like a few months ago or last year, there was a video of Ezra Miller slamming this chick to the ground. It's kind of implied that it was a joke. There were no charges. So maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. It just kind of got swept under the rug and nothing really came from it. We don't know. I didn't really make a big deal about it because it was like at the time, well, I don't know if this is fake or if this is real. Because it looked kind of fake. It looked like she was smiling and they were laughing about it. And that's what it could have been. So who knows? But apparently, according to Randolph, there's some more controversy coming his way, and it puts his casting in Flashpoint in jeopardy. Personally, I don't like Ezra Miller, but I also think he's a terrible Flash. I think he's a horrible Flash. I like that other guy from the TV show. I forget his name. What is his name is Grant Gustin. I had to look that up. I actually like him as the Flash from what I've seen. I don't like the show, but I like his acting as the Flash. I've watched a little bit of it. Not enough. I don't like the CW shows. I think they're all kind of terrible with all of these. You always have this hero with a bunch of non-hero. It's the same formula. It's like a teen drama. I don't like it. But I think he's way better than Ezra Miller. So I would love to if you could just somehow pluck him out of that show and put him into the movies, I think that would be fantastic. Ezra Miller is a terrible Flash. And yeah, so not much details on what it is, but here's what it's being reported. Grace Randolph, who worth a note, recently spoke with Zack Snyder about the Snyder Cut, but for some reason, Grace asked no questions about Ezra Miller or the Flash, and Zack Snyder didn't talk about either the character or the actor, but Snyder spoke about Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Cyborg. In a recent Ask Me Anything video posted to her YouTube channel, Grace says he has heard things about Ezra Miller, which doesn't sound good, and it's something she compares to how she heard the news about former Warner Brothers CEO Kevin, who left WB over a little bit of a scandal involving a female actress. I don't know about Ezra. I hear there's I don't know, okay, I'll tell you a little something about Ezra, said Randolph. I know that there might be something else about him coming out, and we'll just see if it ever gets reported. It's kind of similar of how I heard about Kevin and something about him. I heard about that like months before that broke, so it was a big problem for him. So I heard there is a little something similar with Ezra, and I don't know if it will ever come out. Grace did make a point that she doesn't know what the news involving Ezra is about, but again, she compares it to what happened with Kevin. Obviously, it's controversial and not good. So, like I said, I don't know if this is true. Take that with a grain of salt. So, we'll see what happens. Like I said, this is all based on something she said in that video and speculation by Cosmic Book News. But I got to say, I don't want to see anybody get canceled, but I wouldn't mind him not coming back to the role. I think he is absolutely a terrible Barry Allen, and I would like to see him get replaced. I mean, come on, you're already replacing everybody else. Like, if we can't have Henry Cavill as Superman, who absolutely is a fantastic-looking Superman and really does a really good job as the role, why do we have to have Ezra Miller, who's a terrible Barry Allen, looks nothing like Barry Allen? Okay? Why are we not getting more Henry Cavill, but we're getting Ezra Miller? It's not a fair trade. Can we get rid of him and like just bring anybody else? Bring Grant in. Anyway, Ghost of Tsushima selling out in Japan, which I think is absolutely hilarious because of the fact that there's a bunch of weirdo journalists and crazy people on Twitter that are mad because the game is made by a Western developer and they're appropriating the culture of Japan for their video game, which is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. That's dumb. It's like, who cares? As long as the game is good. And they did a fine job with the game. The game is very well done. Has a great appreciation for Japanese history and culture and samurai films. They did a fantastic job with the game. And people over in Japan absolutely love it. It's sold out everywhere, which is a great middle finger to to all of the weirdos who are upset with the game, that are whining and crying about it every day, all mad that the game is overshadowing The Last of Us 2, and they want to find a reason to complain about the game. Did a video yesterday, some people like blasting the game and saying you should go listen to these soundtracks instead of playing the game. It's really odd and strange, but I'm happy that the game's doing well. I would love to get a sequel if possible, something in this world again by Sucker Punch, because the love that they put in this game shows. And I got to tell you, as of right now, it's probably the best game I played all year. I would wait. So, Cyberpunk is coming, right? Is Cyberpunk going to be a great game? That's probably the contender for Game of the Year. Though, let's all be honest, Last of Us 2 is going to win all the awards next year, 100%, because everything is rigged, and we have to pat Neil Druckmann on the back for being brave and stunning. So, who cares? This game, I predict, will outsell Last of Us 2 over time. We'll never get the exact numbers, so there's no way to know, but I think this game is going to stay on the charts long after Last of Us 2 leaves them. Last of Us 2 is already like number 5 and dropping. No one cares about that game anymore. But they care about this game, and that really annoys people. Finally, a story that broke yesterday that I kind of missed, but I wanted to talk about it, was this report that Assassin's Creed Odyssey initially had only Cassandra, the female character, as the sole protagonist. But they included the male because, according to their data, women don't sell. I'm not saying that. They're saying that. I have nothing to break out and say if this is true or not. I'm just reporting on this. And that's kind of interesting. Apparently, they made a big deal about it and put him in the game because of executives. The executives mandated them to put the male character in the game. And it's also one of the reasons that Valhalla, is that how you say that? Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the upcoming Viking game, it has two genders, is because of, the mandate. I don't know if they were going to go with a male or female in that game, but that's the reason. That's like a whole story in itself. I'll probably talk about it in the live stream this weekend I'm going to grab the whole report and go over that. I think that this is an interesting story, but it's interesting that this is the way that they were going. I'm surprised that this took so long to break out, because woke Twitter is going to go crazy over this. So this will be worth following up. I think I'll grab some people's tweets on Twitter and do a follow-up on this Saturday. But that's it. That's everything going on that I found interesting to talk about anyway today and a little bit of yesterday. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Leave me your comments. What do you guys think about all of this? I'd like to hear your thoughts. Also, if you would, throw a like up, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.